Welcome,
Z
Cortez
family.
Today, we're working on unit ratio.
We know how much you love these cringy, amazing videos, so we thought we'd make more, and trust me, there will be more. So today we're working on unit ratios. You guys should have gone over some of the vocabulary, but I'm going to go over it again. So first off, unit ratios is when you have a ratio where a value is compared to the number 1. So when it's compared to a number 1, typically seen when working with time. Now you're like, Ms. Z, I know this, you've gone over this. Or Mrs. Cortez, stop, lady, please, we've gone over this. Well, we're going to take the next steps. So if we come over here, this isn't a unit ratio, but what we want to do is we want to find out what the unit ratio is. So I'm going to sit here, I'm going to think, okay, I need to find a way to make 40 to 5 a unit ratio, to make it equal 1 on the bottom. Because remember, unit ratio is when you compare a value to 1. So, I know I have to get 1, and I have to figure out how many times, this can become 1. What do you think I should do, Mrs. Cortez?
Maybe if we divide the bottom and the top by something,
That's an awesome idea.
we can figure that out.
Yeah, so let's do that. And we're not about calculators here, so we're going to do this longhand. 40 divided by 5. Can 5 go into 4? No, it can't. So that's 0. But can 5 go into 40? Yeah, how many times?
8.
Oh, great job, little one in the back.
Yeah.
8. So 8 times 5 is what, class?
40.
Oh, awesome. 40. Okay, and then 40 minus 40 is 0. So now we see that this is 8. So 5 goes into 40 8 times. So that means that it would be 8 over 1. The unit ratio is 8 over 1. So that is the unit ratio. This is one part of the 40. We're going to keep going, and it's going to get, it might be unclear right now, but as we go on.
And then, can I show you guys something?
Yeah.
Right. So another way visually, because if I don't see it that well, I need to see other ways to see it. So another way you guys could have done that, let me change the color. So we had that 40 over 5. And like Ms. Z said, we need to make the bottom 1. So I need to think to myself, I want this to be 1. So I need to think to myself, what can I divide the bottom to make it 1? And I know 5 divided by 5 will get me 1. And then whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So 40, that looks like an 8, I'm sorry. Erasers are for mistakes. Okay, so pencil. I do to the top, so I'm going to do that. 40 divided by 5 is 8. And bam, 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 we got the same thing. So you can look at it like that, you can look at it like this, and if you think of another way, awesome for you.
And she went into the step further. She took a step further than I did, and she explained how that connects. So way to go, Mrs. Cortez.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to move on to our next example. And you know what? I think that the way that Mrs. Cortez did it was better than the way that I explained it. So...
No, I'm just kidding. It's just another way.
It's another way, but I liked her way more. So now that I've seen this, and this is why we want you working together and talking with each other and talking to us, I'm going to start doing it her way. So if you see I have 120 over 10, and I think, okay, I need to make this 120 to 10. I need to make this have a 1. So I'm going to use her idea because to me I was like, oh, why didn't I teach them that? That's awesome. So 10 divided by what gives me 1? Thinking faces.
I look like I'm asleep.
By 10. 10 divided by 10 equals 1. So now I need to divide 120 by 10. And what are we going to get? Well, I can't do that math off the top of my head. If you can, wait to be you. But I'm going to go 120 over here. And I'm going to put 10 on the outside. So 120 divided by 10. So can 10 fit into 1? No, Mizzy, that's not how it works. Can 10 fit into 12? Yeah, 10 can fit into 12 one time. 1 times 10 is 10. And then I'm going to subtract. 2 minus 0 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. I'm going to pull that 0 down because this is the most important part, but most people forget it. Can 10 go into 20? Yeah, 2 times. 2 times 10 is 20. And that equals 0. 20 minus 20 equals 0. So now I see that 12. 12. 120 divided by 10 equals 12. So that is my unit ratio. All right, I think you guys are ready for our next step. What? We have
You
a
guys
smaller
got this.
number. Okay, so 56. I want you guys to pause it and set it up. Actually pause it, actually try this problem to see if you get it right. Oh, wait.
Ms. Z, you're in the way.
Ah! Okay, still waiting. Time goes by. Awesome job! So, I'm going to go over this really quick. Actually, Mrs. Cortez is going to go over this one.
My turn?
Your turn.
Okay. All right, so we've seen that this is how we write the ratio, but when we're talking about unit rate, we need to see it in the fraction. So I'm going to get 50. Is this already there? Yeah. I'm going to go 56 over 7. And I need to think to myself, what can I do to make this a 1 at the bottom? Because we're talking about unit rate again. So 7 divided by what will give me 1? Mrs. Cortez, that's super easy. I know how to divide. I know my stuff. Okay, good. What is it?
7.
Okay. Yes. So divided by 7, and whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top.
Yeah.
So what is 56 divided by 7?
You could also think, what times 7 equals 56? That's another way to think of it.
That's an excellent way. I love it. So what is it, huh?
It's 8, man.
8. Okay, so we're gonna put 8.
And if we didn't know how to do that, we could have done the division. You would have set it up with 56 under the stage, and then you would have 8, or you'd have 7 in the crowd. So, and then at the end, you'd find out 8 would be the star.
Mrs. Cortez, I'm not really good at multiplication. Guess what? We gave you the tools. If you look in your student planner, you have that multiplication chart we talked about in the first video. You can look up 7 times 8 on that, or you can use a calculator, and you can find that out.
But we prefer you not to use a calculator.
We prefer not the calculator because you still need to know this information. But if you're super stuck, at the end of the day, we need you to find out the unit ratio, so do that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if it's a skill, it's a technique. So if you need it, you do it.
Yay.
All right, next. Aren't you guys loving this? It's amazing. All right, guys, let's move on. Oh no, Mrs. Cortez, there's a decimal point. What am I going to do? I guess I better give up. Peace. Oh, what? I can't give up?
Can't give up on them students.
Well, you know what's great? Is in 5th grade, you guys learned how to divide with decimal points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up because I got this. This is my stuff, okay? I know I need to find the unit ratio. So I know that I need to have 1 because unit ratios always compares a value to what? 1. Awesome. So 3 divided by what equals 1? What do you think?
3.
Awesome job, little Jimmy in the back. All right, 3. So what you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So now I gotta divide 18.6 divided by 3. I can't do that in my head. If you can, way to be a rock star.
I can't either, so you're awesome if you can.
Yeah, 18.6 divided by, it's under the stage, 3, who is in the crowd. We gotta find out who's the superstar, right? So can 3 go into 1? No. So 3 cannot go into 1, so I'm gonna put a 0. But can 3 go into 18? Oh my gosh, yeah, it can. 3 can go into 18 6 times. All right, so 6 times 3 is 18. 18 minus 18 is 0. Now, it's important that you take this decimal point and you move it on up. Think of it as an alien. You have an alien ship. It's up here. They're in there, and they're like coming by, and they're gonna come down, and they take this little decimal point and they bring it on up. So that's the alien bringing the decimal point up. Okay. Then you're gonna bring this 6 down. Can 3 go into 6? Yeah, it can. 3 can go into 6 2 times. Okay, 2 times 3 equals 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So the unit ratio, 18.6 divided by 3 equals 6.2. Oh my gosh, so cool. All right. So remember.
Hey, aren't you guys glad she didn't give up on that one?
Yeah, because I have what do we call that? Growth mindset.
Yes.
So this is our last one here that we're gonna go over. Mrs. Cortez, do you want to do this one?
I'm scared.
Oh, you're scared. You know what? But I believe in you.
Okay, I shall do it.
You shall do it.
Thanks for believing in me. Gotta
Any
believe
day.
in yourself first. Alright, so let's see. I have $30.16 comparing it to 8 pounds. This is something you can do right after this video, right after today's class. You can go to the store with your parents and say, Mom, I can figure out our budget because I know how to figure out what 1 pound will cost. Okay, so you guys can do this.
And a lot of the times people see this with meat. So meat
Yes.
doesn't typically come in 1 pound. Sometimes it comes in 3 to 4. So if you want to find out how much that 1 pound is, so let's think you got ribs. These are ribs. The ribs are 8 pounds and they're a total of $30.16. Let's find out how much 1 pound of the ribs will be.
Yes. So I'm going to get and set it up in a fraction looking form. So I'm going to go 30.16. I don't need to worry about the dollar sign right now because I'm just setting it up so I can solve it. So I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to put the 8 at the bottom. Okay, and in my head I know this is money, this is pounds. That's what I'm comparing it to. So I need to figure out how can I get the bottom to be 1. So I'm going to divide 8 by something to give me 1. And that's 8. So 8 divided by 8 is 1, but whatever I do to the bottom, I gotta do to the top. Alright, so we divide here, and I cannot do that either. If you can, like Ms. Z said, you're awesome, but
Super
I cannot.
cool.
I need to see it. So I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna do 30. The numerator always goes inside this box. Alright, and then 8 goes out here. Alright, so can 8 go into 3 evenly?
No.
No, so I'm gonna put a 0 there. Now, can 8 go into 30?
Yes.
Yeah. 8 times what gives me close to 30?
What do you guys think? I think 3. I think we could do 3.
Let's try 3. 8 times 3 is
24.
4.
See, even we're a little rusty.
I'm rusty. Alright, okay, then you subtract, okay? So, 0 can't go into 4, so you have to blow our row. This is some of the basic math.
You learned in 2nd grade.
Yeah. So now, this becomes a 2, and that's 0 right here. 10 minus 4 is 6. And then I could bring down the 1. And now this decimal, I loved Mrs. Z's alien thing she did. I've never seen it that way, and I love it. And then I also thought of a little song. It's by Drake, all right? So here's the decimal, right? So he started from the bottom, now he's here.
Oh,
Alright,
that's
started from the bottom,
good.
now we're here, so he went up.
If you
Alright,
guys
so
don't know what that
decimal
song
goes
is,
up.
I feel really old.
Yeah, if you don't know what it is, then yeah, we're old. Started from the bottom, now he's here, so he goes straight up just like the spaceship bringing it up.
Yeah, so whichever one works. See, people do it different ways, and that's why I
Yes.
love teaching with Mrs. Cortez.
I put
Plus,
an
she's
extra-
amazing.
Let's just put I put the decimal double. Let's just make it bigger. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So now, you bring down the 1, and how many times can 8 go into 61? You guys think 7?
I think 7.
7. So we put 7 here. 7 times 8 is 56.
Yeah.
And then
Those math facts.
we gotta borrow and all that good stuff.
So 11 minus 6 would be 5.
And then 5 minus 5 is 0. And then you bring
Bring
down the 6.
Yeah, you go, girl.
All right. And now Mickey Mouse gonna teach. All right.
All right, let's hear Mickey.
So, all right, everybody. So how many times can we get 8 into 56?
I think Mickey should answer that.
Well, we already saw it over here. 7 times 8 is 56. So we're going to put 7. 7 times 8 is 56. Hot diggity dog, we got 0. So our final answer is 3.77. And we can put it over here. And that is how you do it. So now we know. And we went to the store with Mom and Dad that if they were selling meat, if your mom got this much, we know that 1 pound of meat costs $3.77. Miss Cortez, that's a lot. You know what? Meat did go up this time with the pandemic, so I could believe that this could be meat right here.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. This
So
could be
thank
the
your mom
price.
and dad for feeding you guys.
Yes, they're
Just
super
do that.
stars, they're the best.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I know this video seems long, but we're going to take it one step further, and we're even going to go over some of the questions on your Canvas. Just because they look a little different, you guys have seen the basic steps. Now we're going to pull it, and we're going to put it with the word problem. So just give me 1 second to pull it up. All right. What do clocks do? They tick-a-dee and they talk. What do clocks do? They tick and they talk.
Ooh, it appeared.
Look at that. Perfect. Okay, so if you look at this question, it says, and what? They're doing some of the work for me? I should pay attention and take notes.
Yes.
Okay, the following table shows the number of heartbeats for 4 animals. For example, the pig's heartbeat beats 225 times in 3 minutes. So here's animal 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down here is what their question is. It says, which animal heart beats at a rate of 65 beats, 65 per minute. Per minute. Per minute. What does that mean? Per minute. I feel like per is a vocab word. Per means for 1 minute. So 65 to 1. And that would be a unit ratio. So we need to figure out which one of them beats at a rate of 65 to 1. So we have the pig. Let's look at the pig. I'll make the pig green. Okay, pig. We have 225 over, or 2, 3. Now I know I need to get this to equal a unit ratio. So I'm gonna put the 1 down there. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. So now I need to do 225 divided by 3. Okay. Now, I want you to think real quick. Do you think that that will end nicely? Do you think the number will divide well? No. So if I know that, don't I already know that it's not going to divide evenly? And if I do, I can also say it should equal 65. So let's check that. 65 times 3, they're saying that that's what the answer should be right here. And instead of dividing this, which would take a long time, I'm just going to multiply it. I'm going to go reverse. So 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6 is 18, 19, 195. Does this number and this number match? No. Now you're like, Ms. Z, that's not the way you just showed us. And it's not. But what I figured out is I know that this is my answer. And when I sat here and I was like, 225 divided by 3, I knew that was going to be a lot of division. So I just went opposite, because the opposite of division is multiplication. So now we know that part.
Ms. Z, you taught me, another teacher, something. I didn't even look at it that way. I was about to do the whole long way, so thanks for saving me time.
Yeah, you just got to go the opposite. Okay, let's reverse. Going the other way. Ah! Kaguya is attacking. Okay, cool. So we know it's not pig. Let's see house. Okay, so we have 180, 24, And we know that it has to equal 65 over or to 1. 4 divided by what will give me 1? 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So that means 180 divided by 4 needs to equal 65. Well, let's check that again. Let's go opposite. Instead of going this way, let's go this way. Let's check it. 65 times 4. 5 times 4, or 4 times 5 is 20. Now what's 4 times 6? What if I don't know that? What if I don't know what 4 times 6 is? Well, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 6 and put it 4 times. And I know 6 plus 6 is 12. And I know 6 plus 6 is 12. Then I know that 12 plus 12 is 24. So if you're not good at multiplication, just pull that out. So 24, 25, 26. This number and this number doesn't match. So I know that how a horse doesn't work. I said house earlier. Yeah, I realize that now.
Yeah.
Okay, and pig doesn't work. So let's rewind.
Do you believe in magic? Magic, magic,
It's so
magic.
magic. All right, this one isn't working. This one doesn't work. Let's check cow. 520 over 8 should equal 65 to 1. All right, so 8 divided by 8 should equal 1, and 520 divided by 8 should equal 65. Now, I could do the whole division and go backwards and do all of that, but once again, the opposite of division is multiplication. So I'm going to take 65 and multiply it by 8 to see if I get this answer. Okay? 8 times 5 is what?
40.
40. 8 times 6 is what?
48.
48. And then I have to add these 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. What? That's equal. So this works. And if I go back, it says which animal's heart beats at a rate of 65 per minute. So this S right here says it's possible there could be more. But right now I know that cow is the winner. So I'm gonna write cow up here already. Okay? And then I'm gonna grab this out and I'm just gonna erase. It's gonna take me a second because for some reason it's very small. Erase, erase, erase. But I know you guys are so happy because we're going over this and this is your actual work. So I know you're super appreciative and happy.
We're giving you the answers.
Pretty
For one hour.
much. Okay, so dog says 540 to 6. Let's try that. So 540. Woo. Just kidding. 540. Take 2. 2, 6. We need it to equal a unit rate. Put 1 on the bottom. And I'm going to put 65 on the top because that's our original problem. And I know divide by 6 equals 1. Divide by 6 equals 65. At least that's what they say. So now I'm going to test 65 times 6. 6 times 5 is what?
30.
Nice job. 30. 6 times 6 is what?
36.
36. 37, 38, 39. Does that match? No. Wrong. No, dog. So,
Bad dog.
cow would be your answer. Cow would be your answer. And that's how you're going to solve that first problem. Now we're going to go over one more with you. We're going to go over one more, and then we're going to move on. All right, we're going to go over question 3. And Mrs. Cortez is going to do this one. So you guys get to see both of us teaching. If you notice, dancing. We're going to look at this really close. Go ahead and read it.
Jen buys 4 tires for $272. Each tire was the same price. What is the cost of 1 tire?
How do I solve that?
Well, here it goes. Annotate. Skills. Alright, so word problems freak me out. They shouldn't freak me out.
Ooh, they
guys.
make me nervous too. Well, they used to.
They used to until I got my stuff together, but now now I got some skills. Let me show you them. Okay?
We're gonna teach you to get your stuff together.
Yeah, so I read the problem. I'm gonna read it again, but to annotate, just like ELA, they match. Alright, so Jen buys 4 tires for $272. Alright? At the end of the day, they want me to know what is the cost of 1 tire. Now I know what they want me to do. So I'm going to get my $272. Let me go right here. And I'm gonna put it over 4 tires. Why am I putting the 4 at the bottom? Because in the question they asked me, what is the cost of 1 tire? That means whatever they want me to make 1, it's gonna be the tire. So I decided to put the number of tires at the bottom because that's what they want me to make 1. Okay? That's why I did
And
that.
do you do it because it's kind of easier for your brain to see that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And it's kind of how we've set it up this whole time. I really like that decision.
Yeah. So proud of myself. Alright, anywho, let's go. Alright, so now I need to think. I need 1 tire at the end of the day. So what can I divide 4 by to give me 1?
4.
Alright, and then whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So that means I need to divide 272 by 4.
You go, girl.
Yes. So I'm going to get, I can't do that in my head. If you can, again, you're a wizard.
You guys are cool.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I can't.
Alright. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bring it down here. Oops. Just kidding.
And we all make mistakes.
Erase.
That's why we have erasers.
Alright, 272 divided by 4. So I know 4 can now go into 2. So 0 that out. I know 4 can go into 27, but how many times can I do that? 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 6 is 24. I think that's the closest. Yeah.
And if it's not, we'll find out.
Yeah. 4 times 6. Yeah. Alright, so that's 24. Now, 7 minus 4 is 3.
Awesome job.
And then I bring down the 2.
And you want to know how we know that 6 times 4 was our correct choice? This number right here, if this number is bigger than that number, then you know that you could have divided by more. So since this number is less than the number there, you're perfect. Nice job.
And you guys see how I use my fingers? I'm a teacher and I still use my fingers.
Yep.
I'm a teacher and I still have to, wait, what was that again? 4 times what? You guys saw my thinking there? I still do it, so it's okay. Don't shame yourself for not knowing it right away.
Yep. It's a process.
It is. Alright, now how many times can 4 go into 32? I believe that's 8, right?
I agree.
Alright, so 8 times 4 is 32. I'm going to get a 0, and that's what I get there, so I put it back up here. So for 1 tire at the Tire Mart, it's gonna cost us $68 per tire. Got
Wow. And you guys
Alright.
know what? That's low price for 1 tire, just to let you know in this real life.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So just to review, a unit ratio is when you have a ratio where a value is compared to the number 1, typically seen when working with time. You can also connect this to, it's not the same, but it can be connected to a unit fraction. But the 1 could go anywhere. So, you guys got this. We're super happy. Peace!